hello, beautiful beings. Hello, family. Oh, honestly, I really miss these. I missed coming on here and just sharing whatever flows through. The videos have absolutely been coming out, but it's honestly been birthday month. Everybody in my family has a birthday, so a little bit of a break, and I'm looking forward to coming in here again weekly and really having these, no filter, no, just whatever flows through. And today I do want to answer an amazing question and that someone asked on YouTube as a reply to my shorts, which I do post daily. So check those out. While I actually pull it up, go ahead and come into the body, come into the breath, inhaling in and exhaling out. And again, in and exhaling out. Okay. And again, in, belly, chest, nose. Exhaling out. Feeling heavy on your seat. Coming back to right now. I absolutely love this space. I honestly love feeling the energy that comes through as I do these, as I channel whatever comes up in the moment. And I really love, especially in one-on-one sessions where, I'm just saying something and Anna's there witnessing it, and the client's like, "Oh, that was really well put." I'm like, "I know, because I didn't come up with it." So just such a powerful invitation that this is, and I would love to, see your questions. I may start doing these again live. This is recorded for the reason that the quality is a little bit worse when I do it live, so I just rather record on camera and then just post it right away. So rubbing your hands together, hands are the extensions of the heart, so rubbing your hands together, really coming into right now and holding them a few centimeters apart, and then further and then closer, and seeing if you can focus enough on the palms, on your fingertips, to feel the vibration, the pulsation, if not trying to do it again. And just feeling if you can feel the energy. And if you can, that's okay too. Just practicing this exercise, because similarly as just the one focus point that really brings you into the present moment, this brings you into the present moment and into your body. Okay, so really, really powerful practice. And just putting your hands real quick on your heart, inhaling in. Feeling gratitude for this moment, feeling gratitude for your body, feeling gratitude for right now. Beautiful. Opening sacred space. This is part of it. This is a big part of it, because we look for the outside, at the outside world, to the outside world, for rooting, for grounding, for structure. What should I do? And we are completely disregarding and coming out of connection with, although we can't fully be disconnected ever, but we're forgetting this connection that we have with the divine, with your ancestors, with your guides, with all these energies that are there to support you as an individual. And when we open the sacred space, when we breathe deeply, when we connect to the body, when we're actually present here, we're opening up to that again. Similarly, as a candle, every time you light a candle, you evoke spirit. You set sacred space when you light a candle, when you light a light, especially doing so consciously. So let's get into a question, because it's a really, really powerful question. I speak so much about the masculine, the feminine polarities and the dynamics, and it's because it's been transformation in my life. When you understand how it works, all your relationships transform, whether it's parent-child, whether it's employee and employer, all your romantic relationship, obviously, is the most obvious one. Whether you are in a same-sex relationship or not, it's all about masculine, feminine polarity. Everything in life is. Okay, there's a yin, there's a yang energy, if you would like to call it like this. And when you understand it, it's really transformational. So I share a lot about this, and someone has asked me, and thank you so much for the question, by the way, what is the divine masculine, divine feminine? Are they simply certain specific qualities, attributes of God, why would they be wounded in the first place? And how does one heal any wounds that might exist? And I love, love, love this question. It also made me think of, oh, wait a second. I need to go backwards a little bit because I speak so much about this and maybe it's not clear enough what exactly I'm referring to. By the way, there's a whole workshop that we did in the Powerful Self membership on this very topic, and you can check that out below. I make it available as a separate workshop because, again, this topic is so important to get. That's why that offering is there below if you want to check it out in the description. So what is the masculine and feminine? Yes, it is the different aspects of God, life, source, consciousness. It is the different aspects of ourselves. So I'm thinking of another workshop that we did in the membership. Every single month we have some kind of frequency workshop additional to the live support. And in the recent ones, we addressed that the different perspectives, that you are a multidimensional being. And you can have different feelings on different levels. It's similar as you can love someone and be really angry with them at the same time and not want to be around them. You can be angry and loving at the same time. These emotions that may seem contradictive to each other, they are possible to be experienced at the same time if you're not getting lost, if you're not identifying with either of them. And there's this concept of the different perspectives in Peruvian shamanism specifically. On the one hand, there's no separation, right? There's no duality, and that's amazing. And there's no problem, and it's just this bird's eye view. And then there is black and white. Oh, there's very much separation. There's black, there's white. They're very different, right? And then there are also perspectives in between. And I'm really kind of, dumbing it down here. It's not, there are a lot more nuances. But what I'm trying to say is that you are a multidimensional being and you can experience both of these at the same time. So when we're talking about the masculine and feminine polarity, it's like and this was totally me in the past, that's why I'm bringing this up, would go into, well, no, it's just like this one energy. Yes, and on a level it isn't, okay? Similarly as we have chakras, right? The energy centers. They're actually not 7. That's really westernized. There are so many more. It really depends on the tradition. I personally work with 4 energetic centers from the shamanic tradition that I have received myself in early stages of the spiritual awakening. I haven't learned it from anywhere, it was right, and my guidance communicates to me in this way. There are schools of thought that go as far as 40, 50 different chakras, different energy centers in your body. There are plenty. And it's not right or wrong. It's not that one is right, the other one's wrong. You choose what is right for you. And really, what does it come down to? That you are just one whole energy. So yes, you can break it down and kind of divide and conquer. This is why I strongly recommend working with the different ones. It's easier for the mind to focus. Similarly as, time and space. We have linear time because if you were to not have that concept, it's a lot. I've had an experience like that where the mind's like, whoa, it's just all timelines and compressed together. It's too much. I can't focus. I can't live this way. It's way too overwhelming for the mind. And you can't have a human experience with that level of overwhelm because it's not what you came here for. And so it's your essence, but you came here to experience this and dance and have fun in this. And so when we're looking at the masculine and feminine polarities, there are different aspects of you. One is the being, the other one is the doing. One is the light, the other one's the dark. The dark, not in the sense is bad, and the light is good. It's that they're different aspects. And actually, when the masculine, again, this goes deep in the workshop. I can't possibly explain it in, a short YouTube video. We dive deep into that and really explaining how to work with these energies. But what it comes down to is understanding that and these energetics are everywhere. They're in society, they're in our personal relationships, whatever is experienced on the micro level is experienced on the macro level, and vice versa, okay? As within, so without. So oftentimes, as an example, women say, well, there are not enough conscious men out there, or men can be trusted. That was me in my last relationship. I felt very unsafe, and that like, oh, my partner, he doesn't show up for me. He's not that masculine, strong presence. Like, I've got this. And so it was like, oh, there are no men that show up this way, or there are not enough men that do conscious work. And the question there is, instead of projecting it outward, how's your own masculine doing? Is he holding her? So what it looks like is the feminine is intuition, is flow, is dance, is do you take time for that? Or is your masculine, your own masculine, bulldozing? Men, women, by the way, we have masculine, feminine energies all within us. Like I said, it's different aspects of ourselves, different aspects of God. And does your masculine honor her? Does he create space for her? So if you have an intuitive hunch and you say to someone, hey, this is, the feeling I had or whatever, and they judge it, is your own masculine strong enough to not judge her? Is your own masculine strong enough to hold those boundaries, to allow her to open, to honor her? Because it's really the feminine aspect within us, because the feminine is life itself. Women tend to be more attuned with the flow of life, of energies. We have our physical cycles that require more attunement, that require more connection with the body. The men are masters of the physical. They like to get that end result. The feminine is the master of the unseen realm, of the emotions, of the frequencies. And when she's attuned, he can create with purpose. The feminine is really the energy that is leading. It is when you have an idea, an inspiration, like, oh my God, I know the feeling, I know how something feels, like I'm really excited about that. And then the masculine, the doing comes in, okay, how do we make that happen in the physical world? Okay, so the feminine is really the one leading, even though it's leading in the back end, kind of, because the masculine is really that leader. So in the parent-child dynamic, the parent, mother or father, is the masculine energy. The child is the feminine. The child is the one being led, right? The parent has to provide the structure, has to provide the, I don't want to say discipline, discipline that creates a safe environment for the child to dream, to create. And then they say, oh, I really want that. And a loving parent's like, okay, how do we make that happen? Like, it brings me so much joy to see the smile on my child's face. How do I make that happen? And as the masculine is of service to that feminine energy in whichever way they represent themselves, that feminine energy in your life, it can be your intuition, it can be your own project, it can be your children, it can be, if you're a man, your feminine partner, your female partner, or in same-sex relationships, the one that is there embodying more of the feminine energy, that is the creativity, the flow, the intuition. The masculine is really of service to that. The masculine is here to be of service to that, to be of service to the being, okay? So that the being can be amplified, because from that more creation happens. So think about if so much of our society is in that, I was in that, shutting down the feminine, in the shadow masculine, go, 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 produce, produce, produce. I was a straight A student after I shut down the feminine, but at what price? It was burnout. It was, okay, I seemingly have whatever I want, but there's no juiciness in it. And I was depressed and didn't want to live anymore. Because it didn't come from inspiration. It didn't come from intuition. It didn't come from connecting to my soul's calling. And that is why you need that union. Nothing of worth can be created without the union of the masculine and the feminine aspects within you. And how can we heal them, and why would they be unhealed in the first place? So first of all, disclaimer, I hated the word healing when I first started. I couldn't stand it. I was like, you're not sick. You're not broken. And it was this rebellion against that. But really what healing means is coming to wholeness. And hey, I live and breathe this work. Our ego, it's a human experience. It takes us out of wholeness. It does. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to create that contrast so that we can play, so we can go into, ooh, this is what I want next. There's that, not from not enoughness, from right now is perfectly amazing, and if nothing changes, I'm completely fine, and next. And we need those contrasting experiences. So I live and breathe this work, and there are still those days where, I can feel and I can observe it for sure differently. than many people, but it's still there. That the ego stories and how the repression of that feminine, which we see on the collective level, the voice is not allowed. Like when patriarchy came in, it's like the going to church, like honoring life, it was done through dance, through fun, the sexual energies, the creative energies. And then, patriarchy came, it's like none of that. And church is serious. And, all of these things that were allowed, it's now sin, and you're going to burn in hell for that. It's like pleasure. You're going to go to hell for that. Enjoyment, bliss, you're going to go to hell for that, right? And so we just have this energy is wounded. The feminine is not allowed to express herself. The masculine has been shifted into go, 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 burnout, instead of the masculine is presence. The masculine is holding and creating a safe container for the feminine to open fully, right? And so it's wounded from programming. But it's not that, I'm not going into like conspiracy theories like, oh, it's them. Who is that them? It's within you. Whatever is happening on the micro level, it's happening on the macro level. Think about how you are repressing that feminine energy within you, how you doubt your intuition. And all of us have these moments, right? It's like we didn't act on something. You're like, oh, damn it, I knew it. Like I just had a feeling and I should have followed it and then I didn't, right? And we beat ourselves up about it. That is that repression. That's the unhealed masculine who doesn't know how to trust life. That is the masculine who doesn't create safe space for the feminine aspect. Seeing that in children. I mean, right now I'm really seeing that changing very much in this generation. But thinking of our parents, it's like, well, yes, I'm trying to provide for my child and do whatever, but this is who you have to be. Right? It's this repression of the feminine. This is the box that you're allowed to be in. You can't be everything. You can be of service to God. Both the masculine and feminine, they are of service to Source. He's creating a safe container. He's not taking things personally. He's not making it about him. He's not making it mean about something about him. And she can open without, maybe she doesn't understand why she has these intuitive hunches, but she moves towards them and she's supported in doing that, even if they both don't understand what it's about. And that is of service. That is how you become, when you come into this union within you, that is how you become the perfect part of this mechanism that is life. And some things align, and sometimes you follow a hunch like, I don't know why I want to go there. And then, oh, I was able to help this person there. And there's so many stories of this, especially intuitives that are, devoted to living their life this way. I know in my own journey, I really thought for this right. In my dynamics, and really seeing that reflection whenever I have that with my partner, with someone in my life, like, oh, they're not honoring my intuition. I have to fight for no, this is right for me. That was my masculine fighting and stepping into that role of the protector. Oh, no, that intuition has the right to be, and we're going to act on it no matter what, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. Understand that the mind is too small, too limited for it to make sense in the moment, because it doesn't see the greater picture of all of life, right? So I hope that it's 18 minutes. We're in 18 minutes. I hope this explains it and why it's healed. And again, if you want to go deeper, because I did a whole workshop on how do we heal these energies. What does it look like on the day-to-day? What are some of the ways that you can implement? I believe there's also even a worksheet with this one. It's down below, okay? So in the description, because when you understand how this works, you're going to just see how the dynamics in your life make sense. And what your needs are, why a person showed up this way, and what they actually expected from you on a subconscious level, on an energetic level, okay? So this is really a powerful concept to understand. So on this note, if you have any more questions on this topic and anything spiritual, personal development, let me know below in the comments and I will make a video on this. I thank you for being here and I thank you for doing the work. And as always, I'm wishing you a very powerful